Welcome to today's video where I'm going to be talking about some new eyeshadow palettes from Shellwe Makeup. I'm so excited about these. These are all beautiful quad color stories. They have a palette like this they've released previously called the Liana eyeshadow palette, which I do have a video up with. And just like with the Liana palette, they do have little mini versions of these palettes which are super cute in case you want something more travel friendly or you enjoy smaller pans. So there's the Deathless Spirit palette, the Circus palette, and the Dream Escape palette. And I did receive these palettes in PR from Shellwe Makeup, so thank you so much for sending them over to me. And I do have a affiliate code. I will put it up on the screen in case you're interested in picking anything up. I also have videos with their single shadows, their liquid shadows, their chrome flakes, etc. And I will link those videos in the description box. I love the curated color stories in these quad palettes. It's obvious that there has been a lot of attention paid to the theme as well as the artwork. And also these came packaged really nicely with a stamp seal. I will put up a picture of that. So I'm going to be creating one look with each palette, and then I'll give you some of my thoughts at the end of the video. So let's get right into it. So for the first look, I'm going to be using the Dream Escape palette with the Octopus theme. And oh my goodness, I'm so excited to dip into this. Look at this super shiny blue metallic shadow. Taking the shade Muse, and I'm going to put that onto the inner lid and slowly just blend it up a little bit into the crease. There is no lighter shade to really blend this out with, so I might just end up going in with like a setting powder, but I'll do that at the end. And then I'm taking Muse. I do have some sparkle on the microfiber cloth that I'm using, so there is no sparkle in this matte shadow. And then I'm taking Muse also onto the outer corner, and I like to just stamp it on first. And then I'm just going to wipe it off, so probably going to get some sparkles on that. And then I'm going to slowly work this out. So I pretty much am blending out whatever pigment's already on here. So I am going to take a little bit of setting powder. Doesn't really matter, it's just close to my skin tone. And I'm just going to go over the edges of that just to make sure it's nice and blended. And then I'm going to do the same over here on the outer portion. And that went on super pigmented. Next I'm taking a small brush. This one is from Lunar Beauty. It's a little bit of a flat brush, but it has a little bit of tooth to it. And I did just mist it with some water, and I'm gonna pick up Friendship. This shade does look a little bit flaky, and it does pick up a little bit flaky. We're just gonna see how that works. And that lays down really beautifully. Got a little bit of fallout happening. Probably recommend using this one with a tacky primer, or maybe with a finger. And I'm going to put that onto kind of the bridge between the matte and the center of my lid. It's going to be creating a halo eye, and then I'm just going back in with a little bit more on here. And if it goes into my outer corner a little bit, that's fine. And then picked up Reality on that same brush, and it's going to go right into the center of my lid. Just going to go in with a little bit more and kind of up into my crease a little bit. I'm actually going to take my pinky. I do like it to be rather messy and blended right in the crease section right here, just to further feather it out. Picked up Trigger on this Game Beauty EO5 brush. I'm not sure if they have these brushes anymore. I know that they launched some new shapes, so these are the kind of original brush set. And I'm just going to pop that right underneath their lower lash line. Oh my god, that is so beautiful. And then I'm going to take the same brush. I wiped it off, and I'm going to take Reality. Just a little bit. Definitely got a little bit of fallout onto the inner corner. And here's the finished look with the Dream Escape palette. Second look, I'm using the Circus palette. Super excited for this shade right here. I mean, it looks so beautiful. So first taking Earth on a pencil brush, and I'm just creating an eyeshadow wing with that. Just kind of getting this down first. And I like to kind of flick out whatever is left here to create that wing shape. And then I'm just going to take that underneath my lower lash line as well. And it's a nice strong wing. So now I'm going to go into juggling. And I'm going to take that very close to my lash line and just help deepening deepen up this wing a little bit. So I don't want to take it too far in yet. I just want to slowly work it outwards into the wing, and then also a little bit underneath my lower lash line, and a little bit close to my upper lash line as well. And then I'm going to take a little bit of earth just on the edge of this and just feather that out. Taking Clown on the Game Beauty EO5 brush again, and I'm just going to pop that underneath my lower lash line. It's definitely got a beautiful metallic look to it still, even though it is more like a satin. That is so beautiful. Imagine this as the liner. Ooh, that would be so amazing. To try and avoid some fallout, I'm going to take the Fair & Pixie epoxy, and I'm going to put that just kind of up on my lid a little bit. Picking up Lion, which looks like it's a little bit flaky, but it's actually not really picking up really well with this brush that I'm using. It's kind of smoothing out a bit in the pan. So I'm just gonna use this brush to go through the edges as well and just kind of blend the edges of that. But for the rest of it, I'm gonna go in with my pinky. Oh, I need that. That's the level that I was looking for. There we go. Okay, definitely better upon application with my finger. I think it was just something about that brush. This seems to be the similar kind of formula as the dark blue was for this first look. And just going back in with this brush, this is from BK Beauty 203, and I'm just feathering this out. And here's the second finished look. Onto the final look with the Deathless Spirit palette. I'm probably the most excited about this one. There's just something about this dark blue with the yellow in here. It's just fascinating me. The moment I saw this palette, I gasped. Like, so beautiful. So I'm gonna first take Temple, and I'm gonna put that onto the outer corner and take it a little bit into my crease. These mats have been blending so beautifully. Also would like to just call that out. I mean, so nice. Look at how far that went, and that was just one dip in there. Very, very impressed. I'm just gonna take a little bit more and really pack it on to this outer corner. Just to really make sure that's where it's the deepest. It's gonna be quite a bit of a smoky eye, probably. And then I'm gonna take a clean brush, and I'm just gonna go over the edge of everything, and then going back just a little bit more. And then taking a pencil brush with the same shade and just connecting my lower lash line a little bit. Taking Worship, and that's gonna go as the inner corner highlight. I saw Seeking Shifts use this as like a matte almost in the crease, and I absolutely loved her look. So make sure you check out her video, get some more inspo. I love the way that looks. Taking the Fair & Pixie epoxy, you know, I realized that actually I need to buy a new one because this one is technically expiring or expired this month. So I need to buy a new one. This one's probably lasted me about a year actually, come to think of it. Picked up Myth. Going to pop that onto the outer portion, basically where I put down the matte shadow. And then I'm gonna wipe this brush off, and I'm gonna use the other side of it and going in with Saint, which this one seems like it's picking up a little bit flakier, but oh, I'm so excited. Oh yes, that is so beautiful. This color combination, I haven't seen a color story in a bit that has really inspired me the amount that this color story has inspired me. I love this look. I don't want to take this one off. I'm gonna go back in with a little bit more Worship here to layer it over. I definitely recommend doing your eyes before your base because I do have a bit of fallout. I actually feel like I could use this as highlighter, so I'm gonna wipe off just a little bit, and I'm just gonna kind of tab it on. Yes. Oh, that's stunning. Oh, that's, if you really like a blingy highlighter, then you could totally use it as a super blingy highlighter. Here's a third and final look. So let's talk about some of my thoughts on these quads. I love the sleek packaging. I love all these color stories. I would really recommend any of these. It really is up to you which color story you like the most. But this one is definitely my favorite, if you couldn't tell. I love the combination of all the shades in here. And I also love that even though there's only 3 shimmers, they all give you something else in terms of formula. So you have this really super shiny metallic topper like shade, and then this one that is a little bit more satin but still has a bit of punch to it, and then this extra sparkly shadow that's a little bit more like your typical kind of shimmer shadow. Also love the color story of this one, and again, same with this palette, you have 3 different types of formulas of shimmers in here and then 1 matte, and I love me a denim blue matte. Friendship is just so shiny. It's a little bit flaky. With all the palettes, I would highly recommend doing your eyes before your makeup, especially if you're going to be dipping into these super metallic shadows. Look at this one from the Circus palette. Love this color story as well, a little bit more neutral leaning, and you do have 2 mattes instead of 1. Overall, there's a lot of versatility, I think, between all the palettes, and you could of course also pair all the palettes together. Maybe I'll do like a palette bingo or something, and I'll pair all 4 palettes together. Let me know in the comments below if that's something you would like to see from me, and let me know in the comments below which look is your favorite, which palette is your favorite. Do you plan on picking any of them up? I would love to hear from you, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time.